sitting up nice and tall, shoulders on the back. Just take a couple of breaths to make sure you're sitting evenly on both sit bones, thinking of breathing in and out of the rib cage and really exhaling fully, closing the ribs and drawing the navel in towards the spine. On the next inhale, just tilt the pelvis back, and as you exhale, round the body forward over the legs. Inhale, slightly release, and exhale, stretch forward. Inhale, release, exhale, stretch forward. So each time you exhale, imagine there's a band around your waist which is pulling back, and the crown of the head is reaching forward in opposition away from that. Try to make a nice long C-curve shape here. Don't round too much in the shoulders, but you do want to really relax the head and neck. Taking a couple more breaths there, really using the breath, the emptying of the lungs to help with the stretching, the warming up of the core. Rolling back up to sitting, and then you're going to take the legs straight out in front of you, softly point the feet, sit up nice and tall, breathe in as you tilt the pelvis back, breathing out, rolling forward. Now you can have the arms parallel to the floor here, or you can have them on the floor, depending on your shoulders, depending how you're feeling. So you're doing the same breathing, stretching forward on the exhale, inhale, release, stretching forward to deepen the stretch. Good, really pulling the tummy back in opposition, keeping the glutes engaged, the hips open. Finishing off with those, rolling up to sitting. And this time the same thing, but flexing the feet. So deep flex of the ankles, rolling the pelvis back as you inhale, reaching forward as you exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Again, watching the shoulders, really stretching right through the back of the neck. Drawing the ribs in towards the spine. Last one there. Rolling all the way up. Just bending one knee, putting the sole of the foot on the other leg. Make sure your hips are square in this position. Arms out to the side, breathing, grow taller, pressing the air slightly down with the arms. Twist towards your bent knee. Back of the hand goes on the ankle, the other arm reaches up and overhead, and you exhale to twist. Exhale to twist. Good, easy shoulders here, really reaching. Ideally your arm is by your ear, but obviously that's not possible for everybody, so just know that you want a really good stretch right through the side of the arm all the way down the lat to the hip. Every time you exhale, think of really twisting a little bit deeper, maybe using the press of the back of the hand against the ankle to increase the stretch. Rolling back up to sitting. Changing legs, sitting nice and tall. Again, even weight on both sit bones as you twist, hand to the ankle, reaching up and over to exhale to reach. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last few like that. And then coming all the way back up to center. Coming to lie down on your back. Feet hip width apart, check your knees. If they're level, it means your feet are probably in the right place. Making sure you've got even weight across the soles of both feet. The back of the pelvis is heavy. You're relaxing through the whole length of your spine. Shoulders are broad and easy. Neck and jaw are soft. Face is soft and relaxed. We're going to do some spine curls, coming up a little bit higher each time. So starting with an inhale, as you exhale, really sink the tummy and just take a pelvic tilt using your abs, not using your glutes here. Breathe in to hold, exhale, release the pelvis. Inhale to prepare, exhale again, scoop the tummy, use your glutes to take that tilt and release. Good, one more time just like that, just taking a pelvic tilt, sinking the tummy, easy shoulders and release. This time we're going to come up a little higher, so as you exhale you tilt the pelvis and then you do use the backs of the legs to lift slightly. Inhale to hold, exhale, release down. Inhale, exhale, tilt the pelvis, wheel the spine up about halfway up as you inhale. Exhale, roll the spine away from the crown of the head. Inhaling there. Exhaling, even weight on both feet as you roll the spine up. Breathe in at the top. And as you exhale, soften your throat, chest, ribs, and wheel the spine down. So we'll do a couple all the way up to the top and all the way back down again, trying to keep the shoulders nice and steady and open. So thinking a little bit of chest expansion with your arms here, just gently. We're just warming up, we're not straining. Good, and each time you roll up and down, see if you can create a little bit more space in between each vertebra. And then we just add the arms, so rolling up, reach the arms back, maybe to the floor, maybe to in line with your ears. Leave the arms there as you lengthen the spine down. Don't worry too much about your shoulders being by your ears for this one, just don't pinch. Let the arms come back down by the side and we go again. Exhale, wheel the spine. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, lengthen the spine down. Inhale, arms down by the side. Just taking one more, rolling up, reaching the arms, rolling the spine back down. Great. And then from there, we're just going to take your little spine curl again. Hold that position as you just walk the feet, marching the feet, lifting one foot just off the floor and then the other. So this helps just to fire up the back of the legs. Good. And then the feet can just stay still. Now we're just going to do a little rotation of the pelvis. Drop one hip and lift it back up. And the other side, like you've got sand in your pocket, you're just tipping it out. Should feel really nice, shouldn't feel any strain. If it doesn't feel comfortable, just leave this one out. Good. Just dipping one more to each side. Back to center, roll the spine down. Taking the hands behind the head, lift the elbows to where you can just see them and keep the shoulders relaxed. Pelvis is neutral as you inhale. As you exhale, scoop the tummy in and just curl up, inhaling to roll back down. Exhaling to curl up, inhaling to roll back down. So super simple, you're just warming up the upper back and the upper abs here. So just finding articulation through the top of the spine, not disturbing the low back here, not using your legs, but you are drawing your tummy in as you curl up, trying to keep it in as you roll back down, so filling the lungs as you inhale and exhale. One more time like that, and we're just going to add on. So curling up as you exhale, reach the arms alongside your body as you inhale. Hold that and reach a little bit further on the next exhale. Keep nice and high with the head as you take your hands behind your head, breathing in. And then it's the time as you exhale, you roll the spine down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, curl higher. Inhale, hands behind the head. Exhale, press the head into the hands to roll down. And again, curling up. Changing the arm that reaches forward first. Curl up, shoulders down. Hands behind the head, don't drop the head. And roll back down. 2 more times, curling up. Reaching. Make sure you're not tilting the pelvis as you curl it from the upper abs here. Hands behind the head. Roll back down. Last one, curling up. Reaching the arms. This would be a good time to start your 100 beats if you felt like that. Otherwise, hands behind the head. And roll back down. Into some oblique work now, so making sure you've got that nice space around the shoulders. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, curl up opposite armpit to knee. Inhale, roll back down. Other way, curling up opposite armpit to knee. Inhale, rolling back down. So keep going, alternating sides. Now there's no movement in the pelvis here. You're not pressing down and twisting in the hips. You're just keeping the hips nice and still, glutes completely relaxed, tummy drawing in, so we can really target through the upper abs, get that nice rotation around the upper back. Good. And then we're just going to add on folding one leg up as you twist, roll back down, release. Curling up the other way, other leg comes up and roll back down. And again, curling up, rolling down, and curling up and rolling down. Do a couple more to each side, and notice as the heat intensifies a little bit, you might start to rush or get sloppy or tense, and don't do that. Just work steady, increase the breath, and deepen in your navel to spine. Good. Roll the spine back down. Just go ahead and take hold of behind the legs, easy shoulders. And we just do a little rock here. So this is kind of a rolling like a ball prep here, just massaging out the spine, just stretching behind the shoulder blades, making sure that you are really stretching out through the low back. Good. To your front now for some cobras or some baby cobras, just to warm up. So hands either side of the mat, elbows down on the floor, legs are reaching behind you but they're not gripping. Your glutes aren't gripping, pubic bone is into the floor. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, just lift the upper body and then roll back down. And again, just lifting the upper body and rolling back down. Keep going with that. So it's a kind of reversed curl up, and it is a simple, gentle movement here. So I don't want any strain, I don't want you to be firing or tensing, it's just mobilizing, just moving the bones in the upper back, firing up the shoulder muscles gently. Good, so keeping going with those, or if it feels comfortable, just increasing the range slightly. Remembering that if you keep your legs really still, you'll feel a lot more activity and work in the back, where you want to feel it in the upper back. Good. Using your breath to really enjoy the movement. Lovely. Come onto your hands and knees. Let's just take a few cat-cows. So starting in a neutral spine, so you can feel how the shoulder muscles are supporting the shoulders and the spine. You've got your abdominals supporting in as well. Big breath in, and then exhale round the spine into your cat shape. Inhale, lengthen out, and exhale to round. So it's tempting to work a little bit too hard in this exercise to try and really feel a stretch somewhere, but I'm going to challenge you to not push too hard and rather, again, just feel like you're trying to create space in between the joints. Open out the hips particularly as well. So that tucking of the pelvis really is going to help you increase space across the front of the hips. And although you can press into the arms, try to have a look at your shape and make sure that it's an even curve as possible, as opposed to a hunched back. Great. And then from there, 4-point kneeling, we're going to come into a thread the needle. So breathe in, and as you exhale, bend one elbow, slide the back of the hand across the floor and twist. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, going the other way, bending one elbow, sliding the arm and reaching, palms facing the ceiling, and then come back up. And keep going with that, changing sides. Again, not working too hard. This is just a mobility exercise, it's just a gentle warm-up. It's just a way of feeling what's going on in your body today. If you've got one side that's a little tighter than the other, if you've got comfortable feeling around the back of the shoulders, making sure that you really relax your head and neck here, maybe even letting the ear come to the ground. So it's like you're reaching under a bed or listening to the ground. One more to each side. Good, and then from there we'll just take your stretch. So coming onto your finger pads, lifting as you inhale, look towards the ceiling, and then back down. Other side, lifting up on the inhale, and exhale back down. So really enjoy that inhale, open chest feeling, spread the arms wide. Exhale down, inhale other side, exhale down. Just one more to each side, keeping the shoulders soft, stretching through the spine and the chest. Great, hands are back down on the ground. We're going to take a 4-point kneeling press up here. So the weight goes forward on the hands as you bend the elbows and press up. And again, inhale to bend, exhale to press up. One more time, bend and press up. Good, just sit back onto the heels. Come onto your toes and just rock slightly forward and backwards on your toes if that's possible for you. Come to standing and put your hands. You're going to breathe in, the knees are bent, and as you exhale, the weight goes forward into the hands and you straighten the legs. Inhale to bend, and exhale, almost like you're doing a handstand, really bear weight into your hands. And if you want to take the arms a little further forward, if the hamstrings are very tight, that's okay in this exercise. You don't need to fully straighten the legs, but it's good to try and really stretch out through the hamstrings here in this position. Make sure you're not gripping in the top of the neck or the shoulders, the head should be loose and relaxed. Last one. Good, and then walking your hands back if you need to. Bring the heels together, breathe in, and as you exhale, you're going to roll the spine all the way up to standing. Good, bringing the legs into parallel, you're just going to circle the shoulders 3 times back, really breathing in nice and wide, and exhaling, releasing. Perfect.